The new look Boston Celtics took the court to start the 2023 NBA season against the New York Knicks, a playoff team from a season ago. And we got plenty of drama in this one. Kristaps Porzingis, an auspicious start to his Celtics career, 30-8 in this one as the Celtics held on to beat the Knicks 108-104. John Karalis from Locked On Celtics joins me now. And John, all we're going to talk about, I think, early in the season is how is Kristaps Porzingis fitting into this team? How is Jrue Holiday fitting into this team through one game, the smallest possible sample size that we could have in the regular season? What have you seen from these two guys? Is how they fit
I will make
into
an absolute determination.
Yes.
Rock solid.
Written in stone.
Oh, yes. Kristaps Porzingis is an MVP candidate.
Yeah. First team All NBA. Let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, it starts off with a 30.8 rebound night, including 9 straight points in a 13-3 run to close the game for the Celtics. So there he is getting, we'll call it derisive chants from the always amped up Madison Square Garden crowd. And what does he do? He immediately drops a 26-footer with ease to give the Celtics a lead that they would never give up. He was really, really good defensively. I think the best part is that he didn't try to do too much. He didn't force a lot. He blocked 4 shots, so he was there defending the rim. 5 of 9 from 3, so hell of a shooting night for him. But catching alley-oops, getting into position to just kind of be a nice outlet for the Celtics. It's just a nice debut for Porzingis. It looked like the Celtics were going to kind of go back to their fourth quarter meltdown, we'll say, to put it kindly, and Porzingis showed exactly why Brad Stevens went out and got him, because he wouldn't let that happen. It's just another element to the Celtics offense that kind of bailed them out.
Yeah, you mentioned that 9 straight points in the fourth quarter. That was preceded, by the way, by a Jrue Holiday layup, and that was after Jalen Brunson gave the Knicks the lead back. And so when you look at this team in the fourth quarter, able to manage those things, that was going to be the big question here. How are those guys going to fit in at the end of fourth quarters when there's only one basketball? That's what you're going to hear a lot. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jrue Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis. There's only one ball. What did you think of how this offense looked at the end of the game? And what did you think of Kristaps Porzingis kind of being the guy to bail them out of some of these possessions?
Yeah, it was terrible. It was awful. It was not good. And, Jaylen Brown, a fourth quarter kind of no-show for the most part. Jayson Tatum, after a monster start to the game, the first 2.5 quarters for him were literally MVP level stuff out of Tatum. You're like, wow. But in the fourth quarter, kind of not as much. And those two guys had three turnovers for the Celtics in the fourth quarter. So it started to be like, this again. But look, Porzingis presents an option for them that they can go to. And I think teams will start out the season like the Knicks started out this season. When it comes down to it, you blitz Tatum, you say, get Tatum to give up the ball and let the rest of the guys just kind of bumble over themselves. Well, Porzingis didn't bumble. He actually stepped up. And if it wasn't Porzingis, then maybe somebody else would have. But I think it might end up being like kind of a good way to win the game, because the Celtics can kind of calm down in those moments and not panic. Be like, all right, fine. You want to double Tatum? You want to attack Brown? Well, you got Porzingis out there now. You got Jrue Holiday out there. You got Derek White just kind of like, oh, by the way, here's a guy that shoots really well from 3 and can be an option. So it's kind of good to see the Celtics pull out a win that they absolutely would have lost last year.